Hey, I'm Dave Knight with the Dave Knight Real Estate Team, and we love being a real estate resource for people. One way that I'm going to answer today's question, I'm going to use a case study, and the case question is, Dave, what's my condo worth? So here's the case study. When people ask that question, really we're using past data to make a prediction. And so with condos, it's very similar to like tract homes in different areas like the Midwest where I grew up, where you can have very similar houses. And in LA, houses are so much different. You can have one house right next to another house that are just totally different. There's a lot of diversity in the housing. With condos, they're very similar. So you can have 2 identical units, 3 identical units. So if one or two have sold, and they sold at a certain price and they're exact same floor plan, exact same square footage, it makes it fairly easy to predict, okay, an appraiser is going to use these for an appraisal, so therefore this new property we're going to put on the market is going to sell for about that. But it doesn't always mean that just because 2 others sold for a certain price that the next one will sell for that exact same price. And here's a case study. We had 2 properties sell for the exact same price, and we hit the market with one at that same price, and there were no offers. I mean, there's just, the demand is almost like the demand was like a school of fish that went through the property and just went a different direction. Nobody even submitted a lower offer. And so on that one, what we did was we got data back. So we got feedback from why didn't people write offers, and really what it came down to was one thing, which was the view from the unit had an angle at the freeway, and the other units that had sold when we looked into it did not. And so because of that view being of the freeway, it killed the demand and made it worth about $30,000 less than what the other 2 had previously just sold for. So even though there's data and there's comps, there can be small little things like the windows and what direction they face that can impact the value. The other thing to factor in is that of those past 2 sales, those buyers are gone. So they're not looking anymore. So it also has to do with how many offers those properties probably had, because that's going to lead to an overflow of potential demand or buyers for a property like the one that we put on the market. So when we talk about what's the value of my condo, well, many times it's very easy to kind of hone in on approximate value, but to nail it, it's always going to depend on what's the demand and exactly what are all the features and benefits that the condo has to offer. Now in this case, it gives me a lens for next time when I'm always going to be more critical now and looking at even the view of what's this view, how is this view going to affect the value of this property. So we're always learning and we're always getting more input as we go through the process of selling properties. So hopefully this helps answer that question. Make it a great day. We'll see you on the next video.